Hello, my name is Melanie. I am back. I have not recorded a video in a while because life was happening, which I'm sure you can relate to, but I have a great practice today. It is a fairly gentle hip opener. There'll be twists, there'll be hip openings. This is really, really good to wring out your body. Hopefully you'll find some space and expansion and feel really, really yummy after we are done. So let's get started. Okay, you can start by laying down on your mat, which I love. I love starting out laying down. So bend into both of your knees. Place your feet on the mat beneath you, about hip width distance. And then just begin, open your palms to the sky. Take a couple of breaths here, make them yours. Finding your way into this moment, leaving the past behind you, leaving the future in front of you, and you together with yourself right here, right now. Feeling your mat beneath you, the ground supporting you. One more breath here, feeling expansion in your lungs and your ribs. And exhale everything out. If your eyes are closed, you can reopen them. And then begin by lifting your right leg all the way to the sky. If you need a slight bend, no problem. But try to kick the bottom of your foot to the roof. And then begin to move your femur in your hip. So just take that foot and move it right and left. That'll take your whole leg with you. Just moving that leg around in that hip flexor, noticing how interesting it is. We have so many ways, so many little ways we can move our body. And this is one of them. Just finding some space. And then come all the way back to center. Place your right ankle atop your left thigh now for another hip opener here, a little bit more intense. You can stay right here where you are, or you can lift your left leg up, put your hands in between for that figure four grab, pull your left leg toward you. For an even deeper expression, if you're already pretty open, but no pressure, you can use your right elbow to press your right thigh away from you. Just noticing what kind of sensation that creates. Noticing the space. Breathing into those tighter areas. The breath just does so much for us, so please take advantage of that. Last breath here. Place your left foot back on the mat. Leave your right leg exactly where it is. Expand your arms out wide. Then simply allow your hips to fall over to the left side. So the bottom of your right foot is now on the ground. Just settling into that twist. Breathing into your right back body. One more juicy breath here. Begin to lift your legs back up to center. Lift your right leg up to the sky one more time and then place it gently down next to your left. And we'll go ahead and switch sides. So this time left leg reaches toward the sky, maybe a slight bend in your leg. Whatever feels appropriate for you today. And then once again, begin to move that femur around in your hip flexor. Just warming up that part of the body, lubricating the joint. Couple more times. Okay, come all the way back to center and bend into that left leg. Place your left ankle atop your right thigh and stay right here if that feels good today. Or begin to reach for that figure four shape. Lift your legs towards you. Find your hands in the back of your right thigh and then pull your legs toward your heart. And once again, you can use your left elbow to press your left thigh away for a deeper expression. Breathing into those stuck spaces, breathing space, breathing life. Last breath here. And if you have the back of your leg bound, go ahead and let go. Expand your arms, allow your right foot to relax towards your mat, and then this time roll over on your right hip flexor, bringing that left foot down to the ground, settling into your twist. Noticing sensation. And sending breath to those areas. One more breath here. Begin to bring your legs all the way back to center. Once again, left leg toward the sky. And then bring it all the way down. Go ahead and grab both of your knees, give yourself a hug, and then begin to maybe rock side to side or create some circles, sending some love into your lower back, some nice massage. And if you're going one direction, go ahead and start going the other direction. Love that one. And come all the way to stillness. Either roll to one side and come on up, or you can take some rocks back and forth in order to bring you all the way up to seated, and then make your way to tabletop position. And we'll do some cat-cows here, which is so good for the body, so good for your spine, expansion and contraction. So again, think length here, think creating space. So tap into those lower belly muscles as you reach the top of your head in front of you and reach your hips toward the back. So think about that as you engage in these cat-cows here. So again, inhaling to drop your belly, lift your hips and your head toward the sky, find expansion, and then exhale into your cat. Middle of the back reaches toward the ceiling, hips and shoulders toward the ground. Okay, and then take this at your own breath pace. Think about expansion, think about using your belly muscles to deepen each movement. You can get creative here, you can do some barrel rolls, maybe some roll your shoulders. Again, whatever your body is craving right now, whatever is going to help you open up. Go ahead and listen to that little voice and honor it. And one more breath to do whatever feels right. Let your spine dance. And come all the way back to center. Go ahead and walk your hands forward, one handprint, tuck your toes and lift your hips to downward facing dog. You can take some movement here if that feels appropriate. Maybe walking out your dog. And again, use your muscles, use your strength to keep you elevated in this down dog instead of dumping into your joints. That's what we don't want. So the beautiful thing about yoga is that we do each movement with intention, with purpose. So make sure that your down dog has plenty of integrity. Show up for your down dog, show up for your life. It's all the same. One more inhale here. And exhale everything out. Inhale your right leg all the way to the sky, toes facing the mat. And exhale, step nice and slowly forward. Use your belly muscles to step gently in between your hands. Allow your left knee to come to the mat. And inhale, expand your arms, reach to the sky. And exhale to come all the way down. Frame that right foot. Come onto your back toes and simply step your left leg forward. Forward fold here. You can grab your elbows. You can bend your knees slightly. Again, looking for expansion, looking for space. You can shake your head no. Yes. And if you have that bind, go ahead and let it go. Reach toward the ground. Then inhale halfway. Head expands toward the front of the room. Hands either on the mat or on your shins, maybe even your thighs. Exhale all the way on down. Bend slightly into your knees. Nice and slowly come on up, one vertebrae at a time. All the way to standing. Very nice. Inhale your arms all the way to the sky. Feet are really reaching down beneath you, arms toward the sky. Grab your right wrist with your left hand. Inhale to pull yourself up a bit. And then exhale to take that bend toward the left side of the room, finding space in your right side body. Inhale, come all the way back up. Just switch it out, right? This time, right hand grabs left wrist. Inhale to pull up to the sky just a little bit more, get that expansion, and then exhale, take that bend. Inhale, all the way on up, reach your hands all the way to the sky, and then exhale, come all the way back down, hands at prayer pose. Inhale halfway. Head toward the front of the room. Exhale, step your right foot back this time. This time, right knee finds the mat. Inhale to come on up. Expand, expand, expand. Exhale, frame your left foot. Come to the back of your left toes and step on back to plank pose. Take a nice breath here. And then exhale, allow your knees to come gently onto the mat. Bend into your hips, come on forward all the way to your belly. Hands underneath your shoulders, untuck your toes. Inhale, use your back body here to lift yourself on up. So not really pressing into the hands, but using your back body here. And then exhale all the way down. Inhale, come to tabletop. And then tuck your toes, exhale, downward facing dog. Very nice. Inhale once again, right leg all the way to the sky, toes facing toward the mat. Exhale, step that foot in between your hands. This time, keep your left leg elevated. Come all the way on up to a high lunge. Now, go ahead, once again, we saw this before, so use your left hand to grab your right wrist. And then exhale for the twist. Get strong in your belly for the balance. There's a bit of a balance here. Inhale all the way on up. Reach to the sky. Exhale, frame that right foot. And step all the way forward. Forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway, hands to the ground or shins or thighs. Exhale. Forward fold. Inhale, expand your arms. Come on up in one swoop. Reach your hands to the sky in prayer position. And then exhale, slice through your center. Come all the way back down. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, this time step your right foot back. Keep that leg lifted, and then inhale to come all the way up to your high lunge. Expand in your ribs. Right hand grabs left wrist. Take it over for that bend. Now we usually do this twist the other way, but this requires a little bit more balance, so tap into those belly muscles. All the way back on up, let go of the grasp. Exhale to frame that left foot. Step on back to plank, and this time you can do what we did before. You can do a full chaturanga, bending into those elbows. Coming on forward to the tops of your feet. Expand your chest to the front of the room. And then exhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Let's take a couple breaths here just to let everything go. And one more breath here. Very nice. Okay, go ahead and look toward your hands and begin to take a few steps slowly toward the front of your mat. Okay, once again, inhale halfway. Exhale all the way down. Once again, expand those arms, come all the way on up. Palms join at the top. Exhale towards your heart center. Okay, so go ahead and bend into your knees very slightly. So it's like a Utkatasana. I always have trouble saying that. Okay, so hands are in prayer position here. And then your left leg now is going to be your base leg. I'll face you. So left leg is the base leg. So go ahead and send lots of energy down into that left leg. Okay? And then begin to lift up onto your toes, onto your right toes. And then we saw this before when we were lying down, but go ahead and cross your right ankle atop your left thigh. Go ahead and bend into that left knee as much as you can to find that balance. Stay right here, or you can begin to play with your balance, bend on over. Maybe your right elbow finds your right knee, your left elbow finds your foot, right foot. Okay, couple breaths here. Okay, I'm gonna move back here, but stay exactly where you are. And if you fall, no problem. Come back up. Okay. Now, begin to inhale, come all the way back up. Bring your knee to your chest. And then get real strong here. Okay, so trust the process. Nice and slowly. We're gonna come back into our high lunge. So do it like you're moving through molasses, moving through water. Get strong in that left leg and then come back onto your mat. Great. Inhale, expand all the way up. And exhale, hands find the mat. Step all the way forward once again. Inhale to lift up. Exhale. Inhale, expand your arms all the way to the sky. Reach, reach, reach. And exhale, palms find themselves at heart center once again. Okay, we'll take it to the other side. So this time, your right leg is gonna be your base leg. Okay, so send all the energy down there. Grow some roots toward the ground. And then bend into your, I'm gonna try to say it again, bend into your legs for Utkatasana. Here we go. So bend, bend, bend. And then come onto your left toes. You know where we're going. And finally, go ahead and make that connection, that cross of the left ankle atop the right thigh. And again, stay right here if you'd like. Or you can play with your balance, sitting even deeper and finding that connection. Keeping the expansion in the neck, so looking out in front of you toward the ground. wherever you are, connecting with your breath, connecting with yourself. Okay, with control, come all the way on up. Go ahead and lengthen that right leg. Pull your left knee towards your chest. And then again, nice and slowly, begin to stretch that left leg out behind you and slowly find that mat with control, with intention. Great. Very nice. Inhale, reach on up to the sky. And exhale, frame your right foot. Step on back to plank. And another vinyasa here, either knees, chest, chin, or take that vinyasa, shoulders glued to your sides, tops of the feet. Inhale, up dog. And then exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Nice, everybody. Take a breath here. Nice cleansing breath. Oh, maybe make a noise as you exhale. Once again, look towards your hands and then slowly walk outside of both of your hands. So we're gonna get really wide here. Allow your toes to face out about 45 degrees and then go ahead and sit into your squat. Okay, woo, I felt a couple of cracks there. So this is a place you could use a block. You wanted to sit on a block here. Otherwise, use the strength of your legs to give this pose some integrity. So use your elbows to press into your inner thighs and sit up nice and tall. One more breath here. Then exhale, go ahead and gently sit down. Ah, that feels good. Okay, so we'll take it down a couple notches. All right, so we'll do a fire log pose here. So go ahead and stack your right leg atop your left. So again, it's gonna be like a fire log stack right here. So they're gonna kind of come right on top of each other. So your knee is on top of your left foot and your right foot is on top of your left knee. If you can't quite get that to be aligned, you can also put a block here. So this will raise your right knee up a bit, and that might feel a bit better. So do whatever you need to do, or a blanket, use a blanket, really anything, you can get creative. Okay, so you may feel a pretty intense stretch here already, and if so, great, stay exactly where you are. Otherwise, you can come forward a bit. You can come forward a lot, down onto your forearms. Again, whatever feels appropriate here. So the idea is that you'll feel a stretch sort of like in your right glutes, your right hip flexor. And then just breathe into that sensation. Couple breaths here. Allowing your hip to gently open up. And if you're leaned over, go ahead and begin to walk your hands back towards your legs. We're going to take a seated twist. So if you'd like to stay right here for a little bit of an intense twist, please do that. Otherwise, you can just cross your legs like this. Okay. So right hand is going to be your kickstand behind you. Left hand will grasp somewhere atop your right thigh, and then you'll go ahead and pull into that twist. Remember to stay nice and tall here. So on your inhale, think of length. Think of being nice and tall. And then exhale for depth in the twist. So you can go a little bit further. Last inhale here. And on your exhale, begin to walk yourself all the way back to center. Ooh, okay. Place your hands behind you, then untie your legs, however they are, and just take a couple of windshield wiper movements right here to flush out your system. And then let's go ahead and take it to the other side. So we'll start with the fire log pose. So this time, left leg on top of right. So your ankle again is on top of your right knee and your foot's just kind of hanging out. You want to make sure not to bend into that left ankle too much. So it's like a strange angle. So again, what we're thinking of integrity in our poses and in our joints. And again, you can place a blanket, or I have like my daughter's toys over here. In fact, here we go. Got a lion. Actually, it's a tiger, sorry. So place the tiger, Ms. Tiger, right here. Gives me some more space. Again, it's yoga. It's meant to be fun and creative. Okay, you can stay right here if that feels good, or if you'd like to walk your hands forward a bit, great. If you can bring your forearms to the ground, great. It's all good, wherever your body is today. And we'll just take a couple breaths here, breathing into those stuck spaces in this pretty intense stretch. Finding expansion, finding space. Last breath here. Slowly begin to walk your hands all the way on up, if they're not already there. And then once again, we'll take the twist to the other side, either staying right here or finding another seated position that feels appropriate for you today. This time, left hand will be our kickstand. Right hand will grab somewhere atop the thigh, anywhere really but right on top of the knee. And then use that to deepen your twist. Ooh, felt my back crack. So once again, inhaling for length. Nice and tall here, like there's a string pulling you up to the ceiling. And then exhaling to take that twist maybe a little bit deeper. Last full breath here. One more inhale. And exhale to come all the way back to center. You can remove any props, including tigers. Stay right there. And untangle your legs, bring them about hip width distance, hands behind you with fingertips facing your glutes. And taking, once again, a couple of windshield wipers. Ooh, you're turning your head the opposite direction of your knees. Then if that feels good, you can come all the way down onto your backs. We'll take one final twist here. Twists are always a good idea. So expand your arms out and bring your knees towards your heart. And allow them to fall over to the right. Perhaps setting your gaze over to the left. Then on your next inhale, use those belly muscles to pull your legs towards center and simply take them over to the other side. So this time, gaze can go off to the right, legs toward the left. And just breathe. And on your next inhale, pull your knees towards center. And then take it into happy baby now. So grab the outside of your feet or maybe your ankles. And then pull your knees towards your ribs. Clearly, my practice is almost done because I hear my baby waking up from her nap. Oh goodness. Okay. Maybe take some rocks left and right. And then go ahead and let go of that grasp. Give yourself a nice big hug. Great job today. You did something so kind for your body. And then allow your legs to splay out in front of you, arms to your sides. Letting go of everything, letting go of the practice, letting go of judgment, letting go of any thoughts. And allowing your body to integrate the practice for as long as you can here. I invite you to stay in Shavasana for at least 5 minutes, hopefully longer. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've discovered something new about yourself. And I hope you've made the time for space in your body. And hopefully you can take that off the mat into your life. Thank you. Namaste.